Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live every Monday at
High noon.
I think we are our own entertainment, but whatever.
We are indeed, Doc. And did you know I love Mondays?
No, I didn't know that. Enlighten
I
those
do.
of us that love Mondays.
I know. And actually, I am amazed, honestly. I've been to several meetings already this morning. I had to look down to see how many I'd been to. And that's what I say a lot of times is, do you love Mondays as much as I do? And I'm not getting a great response. So just to let you know, you're it.
I just don't know what to say, Queenie.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Terry Ann Porter. Welcome. Well,
Excellent. So I know, seriously.
so what's new in your world, Queenie? Anything new?
Oh, I'm so excited actually about Doc and Queenie classes. That's number one. And I just mentioned earlier today on another call that we're going to be going over some tips in Alignable. And even at posting parties, I'm still finding people say, I don't do LinkedIn. I don't do YouTube. I don't do Facebook. Now, very few people say I don't do Facebook. I do have one person in my network who got hacked severely and has not returned. But bigger than that, mentioning I don't do Facebook, I don't do this, I don't do Pinterest, I don't do TikTok, I don't, whatever that is. I'm always thinking, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that I don't say I don't do. I check it out first to see if it could possibly be a good fit. And then once it happens, it's kind of like, I bet I could do that. So it's not quite as tragic as I don't do this, I don't do that. I try, and not all of the platforms are my favorite, I will say, but I definitely can do. All right, let me take a look at that. Just like the Wheel of Names. What would have happened if I said I don't do Wheel of Names?
We'd have nothing to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Deborah DeVette is in the house. How fun is this?
Yes. Yeah, I'm trying to get us on my there we are. Okay, because it wasn't coming up. I'm like, who is that?
Yeah. When it says Facebook user, I'm like, oh my gosh, our friends aren't users. Come on. Deborah, welcome. I'm glad to see you again. This is great.
No, it's always, the business, as we talk about quite often, there's so many facets to it. And the social media piece, it can be overwhelming if you're not used to it. But,
and plus, as soon as you learn something, everything changes.
Yeah. So just, which is life. Life changes constantly, Yep. And I think the older we get, the more we are resistant to change in some respects. Because, I always kind of chuckle at the new moms, or they have little kids and they're all worried about there's going to be a change and their child is going to not do well. And you're like, no, I think that's the adults that are having the problem with the change, not the little kids.
The kids will probably do fantastic, as they usually do, as far as the resilience piece. And it's interesting.
So would you say you're resilient in your business, Queenie?
Absolutely. Yeah, actually, Punch and Pivot has worked well for me, and definitely changing to virtual networking almost predominantly has been awesome. There's a few groups out there that, of course, I love, and I wouldn't want to, quote, not have them in my world anymore. But new ones coming up all the time, too. And so that's super fun as well. But for me, the virtual piece has been huge because it's very efficient.
Yes. Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, business has changed, as we all know. And what would you say, about 90% is virtual and maybe 10%?
I'd say that's very fair. I even do the water workshops virtually, but I was doing that pre-pandemic. So the pandemic didn't actually. Yeah. Yeah. The water workshops, not all my clients are local. So I've been actually Zooming since before it was cool, which is much more efficient, because we used to do get the team together thing, and that was great. But the prospects were, what would you say, not comfortable usually, because we were mostly talking the business piece, and sometimes the prospects wanted to know about the water. So on Water Workshop, we can actually hit all of that. So I think the Zoom platform is very awesome.
Oh, the Water Workshop is fun to plug that, because I learn something every time I go.
Yeah, well, I certainly do too, because I always tell people I love learning, because I don't know what you don't know. And if we get to find out together, that's my favorite thing.
Exactly. So guess what I've got here, Queenie?
Oh my gosh, I'm a little nervous, but go ahead, Doc.
Today is Set a Good Example Day. Have you set any good examples lately?
Well, I definitely hope so because it's back to my Monday thing. I love Mondays, and so
Yes, you do.
getting a new week started kind of rocks my world. And once again, we always talk about Doc and Queenie being oil and water. It's so true. I know personally that your favorite minute of the week is Friday at 5 o'clock. And
Yes.
my favorite minute of the week is Monday morning at 5 o'clock. So once again, we are about as opposite as you can imagine, but it's funny.
I'm still Zing at 5
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah.
If that's
Seriously,
even
I
a
just when
word,
the sun comes up, they better look out because I'm ready.
that's what I hear. That's what I hear. So yes, today is Set a Good Example Day, and it's also National Pistachio Days. Are you a pistachio person?
Oh my gosh, I could eat them by the truckload. Thus, I don't buy them. So yeah.
Do you like pistachio ice cream?
I don't actually know if I've had that, and if I have, it's been 100 years. But um,
It's kind of
okay,
like pecan minus the pecan they put in more like.
okay, maybe I it's not a thought process thing like I have it all the time. But if I have had it, I'm sure I loved it because I love pistachios.
So just had to ask. It's always about food for me. I don't know
Yeah,
if you.
yeah, seriously. Oh my gosh.
Tomorrow is National Retro Day. Good morning. The godmother of ACA is
Woo,
on.
I know who that is. The godmother of ACA. I think we do need to bow. Karen Higgins is in the house, and we love having Karen here.
And tomorrow is National Strawberry Day. Do you like strawberry? I love.
I can go all over that. Yeah, me too. Strawberry anything. I think I would be good with that. Um, I'm very grateful for my water machine now because I told you before on this call, I have a friend who literally used one of those little clean brushes thing to clean behind the seeds of the strawberry. And of course, by the time that happened, it's down to nothing. And so I thought, oh my gosh, she has a water machine now. So she's kind of like, okay, that worked out much better. But you can't clean behind the seeds, and that's usually where the gross is. And so I feel super happy about having a water machine with National Strawberry Day. Are you a strawberry fan? Like, do you cook with strawberries, or do you all eat them like raw?
They don't make it to the
Oh,
oven.
okay. Yeah. So
But
you okay,
yeah,
that's good.
I was gonna say, but strawberries for me with the garden it's the hardest thing for me to grow because either the bunnies get the strawberries or the varieties just I've not had good luck with strawberries.
Wow.
So I buy them from the store. But yeah, no, it's great to have the water machine to soak berries. All berries are the highest in pesticide that they've tested. They have the highest amounts
Oh
of
my gosh.
and stuff that they a lot of times will spray, so it is on top of the berry.
Okay,
So
that kills me because that is strawberry. I mean, raspberries and blueberries are actually my favorite. If I was just going to eat berries, that would be my favorite. I don't do a lot of fruit just because of the sugar content, and then strawberries would be a close third. But I didn't realize that pesticide thing was so rampant. That's awful.
well, it's very difficult with berries and fruits. Apples are a biggie too, but yeah, especially the berries. They have to spray them a lot. So anyways, that's just your little fact for the day. So getting back.
Fun fact, pesticides on Doc and Queenie.
It's just that not exciting. So Wednesday is back. We remember the Tooth Fairy's coming. So the Tooth Fairy's coming on Wednesday. It's National Tooth Fairy Day.
There you go. And I happen to know certain children who shall remain nameless that make a buttload of money on National Tooth Fairy Day. So it's like you're going to go pull all your teeth out and see what happens. And I always say, don't pull them out. You better wait till they fall out. So yeah, funny.
And I lived with the Tooth Fairy, and he was very generous. And if the tooth wouldn't come out, he would take us to the office and pull it out. So
To
yes,
be clear, that means you lived with a dentist, so nobody panics.
So, and it's also, you'll love this. I always like to pick the unusual. Wednesday is National, wait for it, Public Sleeping Day. Now, I'm
What
not
the heck
sure.
is that? Wow, public sleeping day?
We're not in the city, so you can't see anybody sleeping on a bus. We're not by a train, so you can't see anybody sleeping on a train. I hope nobody is sleeping while they're driving.
Let's not do that. Let's not
I
do
don't
that.
know. the weather is gorgeous here in Kansas City, I might just start my sun tanning early, so I might sleep. We've got this really big bench out on our porch. I just might pull out the cushions.
Just might get comfy, right?
Yeah. Who cares about work? It's 70 degrees. Yeah. So that's kind of one of those kind of scratch your head public
sleeping days. Yeah. I don't have time to sleep. I have enough trouble with the nighttime thing. Take an 8-hour break. Not a good fit for me.
Thursday is a day that you talked about a couple of weeks ago, actually. You've mentioned it here and there. You've kind of sprinkled this topic.
Oh, I know what it is. Leap day, leap day, leap day.
So what's the deal with leap day, Queenie? And why do you like it?
Well, first of all, I love having an extra day in the year. So that's super fun. And so in some of my groups on different platforms, I always say as a starter question, what are your plans specifically for leap day? So if we get an extra 24 hours, which means how many more minutes, which means how many more seconds, what are you going to utilize those extra hours, minutes for? And so I actually have a posting party for a nonprofit on Leap Day. So I'm super excited to be able to add new events because we've got an extra day. So hopefully the nonprofit will get tons of exposure, which of course is the point. So yes. Doc, what would happen if you decide to do public sleeping on Leap Day?
If the weather's just right, it just might happen.
I'm telling you. Yeah, I think what is it supposed to be Thursday, 27 here or something?
Something crazy like that. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm waiting to get my seedlings outside, and it's kind of, this weather is a temptation, but I know better because we are in fake spring right now.
Yeah, fake spring. Now, everyone who's watching, when Doc says seedlings, many of us think a precious little tray of little precious stuff that Doc's going to take out and put in her precious little garden box. I'm telling you what, if you have not seen a YouTube video, Kitchen Garden Expert, my friends, it is worth a perusal times investigation. Doc, I really do not know how you do it. You've got so many things growing, and it's phenomenal to me that this is not, like I say, just a little tray that you would get and take out and put in the big world. This is huge. I mean, this is an expanse of your backyard like I can't imagine.
It's instant crops, let's put it that way. We've got I started early and a little bit earlier than I should have, but that's okay. I'm managing.
Well, you already harvested, so I think that's cool.
We actually last night, and I can mention this, I've been harvesting lettuce that I've been growing, and I've been mixing it with lettuce I've gotten from the store. Well, last night I did I've got trays of lettuce, and I did an entire thing of lettuce for our salad. And the salad tasted totally different now. I know I grew it, but I said to my husband, I'm like, this tastes different. He goes, yeah, it's not bitter. And I'm like, you're right, it isn't. So I don't know, it's probably the variety, but so yeah. But anyways, I've got a lot of cold weather plants that need to get outside. Broccoli, bok choy, lettuce. What else do I have going? Choy sum, all of those kinds of things. So I'm hoping.
Okay, super dumb question. Even though you've got garden boxes and greenhouse and all the things that you've got going on differently than many of the rest of us that would try and grow something, is the ground, even with this fake spring thing, thawed enough that you can dig in?
Yes. Yeah, it is. Really? It just has to, and it's starting to warm up. It's just, we're in fake spring, and we're going to have an Arctic blast like Kansas likes to do. At least.
Oh, I can totally see your hashtags.
Like, I lost my garden. Yeah. And I need the temperatures consistently above 40 for me to put in my plants. And they will be insulated until, the weather kind of breaks, which will
I saw your video that you did that, whatever that's called, with the hoop thing and the plastic over it.
Yes.
That must get a much higher temperature, obviously, than the outside stuff.
It does pretty good in the sunlight. Yeah. In the sunlight, it's about 20 to 25 degrees warmer than the air. So, and that's what I'm going to use until until probably the beginning of April. And then we can pull the cover off. And I'm so far ahead that I think I will probably have things. If I'm thinking I might have broccoli before I put it out. Because I'm like, it's growing too fast. I've never had to say that, but it's growing too fast. So I don't know. Go figure.
Yeah, well, you're definitely our hero and the model that we use for all things kitchen garden expert. So congratulations on your success.
Friday, we'll have to celebrate anybody from Minnesota. Okay. Minnesota, it's Minnesota Day on Friday. They became the 32nd state.
Oh, wow. That's very cool.
Commemoration. I've got a few friends up in Minnesota. Cool. So I can say it that way because I went to school in Wisconsin and there's definite accent up there. But also, this might be one of your favorites. It's also Speech and Debate Day.
Ooh, totally one of my favorites, yes.
So I thought that was kind of cool. Saturday rounds out the week with banana cream pie and old stuff. Now, I don't know if old stuff means antiques or just old stuff. I don't know where the division is because, you know, you've got these stores that have their antiques and then you have stores that are not antiques. I don't know how to, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure, those Correct. Kinds of places. I've never been a dumpster diver or a trash tracker or my parents were into antiques. I have a few antiques in my home, but I'm not a big time. So I don't know. And I don't consider it stuff, especially the antiques. It's incredible. The craftsmanship and the artistry that went into, you know, furniture. I mean, it's incredible.
What do you think? It's definitely incredible for me. I have a sofa in my living room. It's been recovered several times, obviously, but it's about 100 and something years old. And I really wouldn't trade it for the world. And I love it. And so I'm trying to actually think 35. Yeah, it's in the hundreds of how old it would be. But anyway, the good news is, as I said, you mentioned the craftsmanship. Oh my gosh. And sturdy, absolutely. Now fragile from a standpoint of the precious little legs and little Frenchy stuff they did back then compared to these big clodhopper things now that the kids have.
Made out of
these great big, oh yeah. My goodness, I've never seen such things. And then of course, how deep they are. That's funny to me because these sofa things that the kids have now are 2 and 3 people deep, so to speak. And the little Frenchy stuff I have is just enough room for a nice little lady to sit down. But it's just a funny thing to me. And just like you said, I don't consider it stuff. The things that I have kept are definitely either sentimental or purposeful. So I usually don't want to just have stuff hanging around.
Yes. Yes. And then let's see, Sunday will be Soup It Forward Day.
Soup it forward. I got to hear what that actually means.
Soup, S-O-U-P. You know, I don't know if that means you share soup with somebody.
Maybe it does. You're going to make a big batch of soup and share with a neighbor. That's a sweet
I'm concept. Sure they would want gluten-free, dairy-free, something.
If it comes from Doc, it's already yummy, and I'm sure it's already healthy. Yeah.
Don't talk to my children. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also the national anthem day.
Beautiful.
So that is our national day of. So, you know, hopefully people enjoy it as much as we do because it's always interesting.
It really is, honestly. And I know that you are, as they say, all about food with your blog posts and certainly your podcast. And that is a cool thing because we get to see the all about food piece from preparing the soil, purchasing the heirloom seeds, using the organic water and effective sunlight, and no plastic, and all the things that you do. You really have taken organic to a new level, Doc. I've
tried. It's been difficult, but I've tried. So thank you.
And the fact that you notice such a huge difference in the taste just in lettuce, holy moly. I think I've mentioned even on this call, it's hard for me to eat salad out because they put stuff on it. And it's like, ugh, I can totally tell the difference. And it's just not a good fit for me. So last week I got to go to lunch with Delinda Lane, OMG. Mm-hmm. And I know, oh my gosh. And I ordered wedge because I know better since you have also taught that they can't really mess up a head of lettuce like they can the little leaves of stuff. And the flavor was just seriously wonderful. And so I'm very happy that you taught me. Karen and I used to do wedge salads before it was popular, I guess you would say, when we had our business roundtable on Fridays at Coach's in Overland Park, by the way. But in any case, I have definitely learned that if you do a wedge salad, it doesn't seem to have that taste that the sprayed
It also
stuff
comes
does.
with really good stuff like blue cheese and steak,
Yeah.
at least mine does.
Yeah, this one didn't have steak, but the blue cheese dressing was super fun. And we had such a wonderful time. And the in person luncheons are fun. And that's why I say, my friends, the in person piece of networking is a blast. But I am just here to tell you, when we talk about our classes on Wednesday, the what would you call it? Vast array of platforms that are out there for free networking, how to search for this and how to search for that. We're gonna cover a lot of stuff.
I'm excited. I'm very, very new to Lineable. I think I joined, but I haven't participated. So I'm excited to learn what you've learned so far.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much. Just like with LinkedIn, push a different button, and then you're like, "Holy moly, I didn't know that was here." And there's still things to learn on LinkedIn. Well, there's things to learn on every platform, because as soon as you get it all figured out, they change it. So
Of
I'm like,
course.
okay.
Of
So
course. Just
that's
like
the hard
YouTube.
part.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. As soon as you get this part figured out in YouTube, they go, surprise. And I'm like,
New algorithm.
oh,
Yay. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
So it's wheel time.
I love the wheel time, and I really do, because our words are so fabulous. For anyone out there, if you actually would like to add a word, just put it here in the chat and we will definitely add it to our word wheel. So shuffle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Doc's number is 7. My number is 5. So we always shuffle 6 times right in the middle. And our word for today is purposeful. Wow,
Purposeful.
nice. All right, purposeful. And I definitely love that part. What is purposeful for you, Doc?
Oh, there's so much to that word, Queenie. I have to think about it while I just try to cover here for a moment. Purposeful. I think I'll take it this direction.
Okay.
It can be an underlying factor in how you present yourself, how you present your business, and how you interact with people. Purposeful. Are you these are just questions thrown out there. Are you purposeful to serve others? Is it all about like we're talking networking? Is it all about building the relationship? Or is it about just getting that sale and moving on?
Wow.
I am a big time on Facebook, like both of us are, and I've been building a following. And I actually, and this kind of ties into it, had a gal reach out to me the other day on Messenger that said, "I'm humbly asking for you to share my information with your network." And I'm like, "I don't know you. I don't know you." So what would that was purposeful, I guess. She needs the business. I would have responded in a different way if she wanted to get to know me and what I do. But there was an assumption because she said, "I am humbly asking for you to share my information."
Wow. Well, that would be hard for me, because for me, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And that has worked for me 16 years. And I love being able to share what I do with those I already know, like, and trust. And I love the reciprocity piece. And I usually don't have to ask for, can you guys please promote this? Or can you guys please something? And just like the godmother of ACA, all she does is put a post out there about a something coming up, and the whole world shows up. And so it's back to that same thing. When people do business with people they know, like, and trust, it's everybody wants to be a part of it. But to say, excuse me, could you please share my da-da-da with your network? Oh my goodness. That to me is the opposite of networking from a standpoint of building relationships.
And that's I don't, who knows what goes through their head. That's a misunderstanding of the whole networking process. And I have said to people in the past on my Facebook page that have tried to sell me, there's a government program where I'm going to become a millionaire. Have you heard?
Well, congratulations, Doc. That's beautiful.
Oh, here we go again. Yes, I have heard.
Wonderful.
No, thank
congratulations.
you. Yeah. But it's not about getting you a sale or sharing your information. At this point, it's about building that's why I'm on there. It's about building the relationships, whether you're on Facebook or LinkedIn, or and LinkedIn is different because it's more business orientated. Instagram is different from they're all different. Yeah, but what I've also noticed, purposeful, I've noticed that very successful people in a purposeful way will share information and edify others, because I do believe their success journey, they had the same thing happen to them, and they also get it that it's not about them, and that's another piece.
I think there might be nothing on the planet more, what is that word? Gratifying, just the warm, fuzzy part, than when someone in your network edifies you and someone in your actual network refers you. And all of a sudden I get a referral. Susie told me to call you. I'm just like, everything stops and I focus on, oh my gosh, please tell me how to serve you. What do you need? What can I help you with? What are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish here? If it's a water machine, easy to do. Obviously, I put Susie's ID number on the application, but the rest of that story is when I get a referral from a network friend person, someone in my circle, everything stops and I go to see what that person needs or what that referral, how that referral happened. And so I agree with you, Doc. The purposeful piece is ginormous. And for me, it's a matter of I'm going to an event and my purpose is to see who God places in my path. And that really is my deal. Every single morning, my prayer is put me in the path of someone who needs me. And I never know who that's going to be. And I never know who it's going to come from. If it's an event that I go to and someone literally says, how about if we connect? There's a reason for that. And I'm always very aware of the fact that I just don't blow it off. I want to know what the reason is. So I'm very purposeful when I network because I know that I'm wherever I have said yes to for a reason. So purposeful is a cool word.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Now we get to see what happens on the
yeah. Let's see the next one. It's always one of those things that we're kind of going, oh, I don't know if we should push this button. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see what our topics are. Oh my goodness. I see what that is. Oh gosh. Yay.
Oh no, I did that last one. We have to move on.
Oh, I think you need to tell us about Doc.
I don't know. What do you want to know? I don't know,
well,
Queenie.
Think about the plate spinning is what I always think, quite frankly. The blogs, the podcasts, the YouTube, how incredibly successful your YouTube channel is, all the different things that you're doing right now. That is the coolest thing in the whole world. And I think in your case, honestly, and in fact, plate spinning would be another good hashtag in your case, because there's never a dull moment. And I know that you sit on the sofa eating bonbons all day and watching soap operas. And I don't want to give away your schedule, but holy moly.
Yeah, all my children, and I can't even think of the son. Yeah.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Watch those in college. Yeah, but
seriously, oh my goodness.
No, yeah, I guess I guess I do a lot. Well, and we are at the start of gardening season. So I've been loving this weather here in Kansas City because I've been outside filming. So and that takes up a lot of time and a lot of script writing and a lot of effort. And then I cross-pollinate it, and I'm getting ready to do a course of my ebook. My ebook is called Grow Your Garden: The Basics and Beyond. And now I'm going to do the video portion of it, which I'm super excited about because I get to add more information. So, but yeah, I'm plate spinning all the time. I'm a worker bee. I'm a learner bee. I never stop working or learning. So.
And isn't that the coolest thing ever? Honestly, you found something that you love, and that is now your focus. And there's a million facets to it. So I can see garden in the middle of a wheel, like any type of a wheel, kind of like we've done networking before. Your first tier, second tier, third tier networker folks. And the same thing with gardening. And all of a sudden, everything that you do has a purpose and a plan in the gardening topic.
Yep.
So now it's a blog post, now it's an ebook, now it's a podcast, now it's a YouTube channel, now it's your shorts, and all the different things, plus physical labor that you're doing as far as reconstructing your entire household and your greenhouse building, for heaven's sakes, the construction that you've done, the landscaping topic. You see what I mean? There's a million things within that garden word that makes your wheel spin bigger. And I can actually see that honestly from a standpoint of garden in the center, and even a wheel of names with every single thing that a gardener would need to do. I can see that kind of as your branding, if you will, as far as every facet you're able to help. What is an heirloom seed? Why does the soil matter? What does compost mean? Why are you digging a root out before you do a something? And now the plastic on top of the, what's that word called? That hoop house. Look at me. And so I'm gonna be teaching gardening now, Doc. Are you okay with that?
Yes, I've heard you keep getting gardening things pop up on your feed.
Yeah, I do, because I follow you now. All of a sudden I get something that says, are you ready to build your garden box? And I'm like, you've got the wrong person. I love to be supportive, but you've got the wrong person.
Yeah, there is a ton to gardening. My poor husband keeps going, are you through yet?
Oh yeah. Not until 2000. Yeah.
Not what do I say? I'm not done yet. Is that somebody had said that to me the other day. You always say you're not done yet, and then there's more. And I'm like, yeah, I've got to stop saying I'm not done yet, or I'm done. Maybe that's what it was.
There you go. I'm done. Yeah, right. I'm done. Yeah, right.
So, but hopefully people feel that way about what they're doing with their business. I know for you, it's kind of the same way with the water, because of course we need water to live. We can clean our vegetables. Yeah, I mean, it just goes down a whole list, and your wheel would be the same. And that's, that actually would be a good exercise for everybody, or a suggestion.
Make a wheel.
Put your business in the middle and see how many little spokes you get off of it. And that might help people also do the cross pollination if they're kind of stuck or it's difficult. It definitely is a great. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you, Deborah. I had to check to see who that is, but the stuff together part for me really is the deal. I've done acrostics before.
Yes.
And I actually put that, I think, maybe in both books for networking, but regardless of that, I think about the wheel literally, and the spokes in your wheel are all congruent and they relate because you're blogging about gardening, you're podcasting about gardening. Everything is biblical from a standpoint of, I think Jesus mentioned gardening a few million zillion times in the Bible, from a standpoint of harvesting and planting the seed and nurturing and all of those things. And it's what we do with people. And I really see that with you. Your everything somehow is going to get back to gardening. And it really is. So you're harvesting people, you're whatever that looks like, it's going to be back to that same drill. You are a connector of people in a very large way.
Thank you, Queenie. And so are you. We're not going to let this go just on me. I'm going to flip it right back at you.
I'm too shy to speak in front of people, but
I know you are. It's incredible how shy you are. So
yeah. Uh-huh. But it really, honestly, if you have a business that you love, okay, and that part is so easy for me because I love networking, and I seriously do. I love training and connecting people. I seriously do. And Kangen water has been the icing on the cake for me. And 16 years full time with this business, it's just like OMG. Now, Doc, I know that you are part of my water family, and I love that. But do you even know what's happening on March 1st?
I probably should have checked my email.
Okay. March 1st, Enagic, the Kangen Water Company, celebrates 50 years.
Wow.
And I am super duper excited as a leader in water technology across the globe. And I'm super excited. The technology came to the United States, 2004, I believe. I didn't hear about it until 2008, but once I did, I jumped in with both feet, so to speak. And so I'm just telling you, all the timing that keeps happening and all the cool things. When you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. And I seriously know that. My friends are even asking, when are you going to retire? And I always go, that ain't never going to happen, at least that's not in my wheelhouse, because I feel when you do something you love, you never have to stop. And I really love what I'm doing.
Yes, you do. And it's fantastic. And that's one of the pieces that I do when I do tell people about the water machine because, a lot of people, there's a lot of water machines out there. There's a lot. And for me,
there are. Yeah.
My experience, I actually had experience with the water before I bought the machine because the place where I worked, we had one.
Okay.
And then when I transitioned out of that place, I was like, then I met you. So maybe it was because I needed to buy a water machine. But but I always tell people it's 50 years. That's a long time. That's an established company.
Oh my gosh. I'm super excited to be part of this family. And I really mean that.
And
it's
then
back to that same drill. You did not stop gardening because the weather changed. And I, of course, stalk you. I don't know if you know that, but you did not, like, all of a sudden, November, December, cold, snow, whatever. You didn't stop your business because the weather changed. And that's what I have noticed about you. You've always got plates spinning, and now you're going to dive into a new platform and learn a new something so that you can get the word out to other people about how to garden or how to plant or how to this or how to something. Your plates never stop spinning, even when the weather changes. And I was stalking you.
I tried to lay on the couch and eat bonbons.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
The only day I lay on the couch is Christmas or Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
That's the only day I lay on the couch, honestly. But yes, no, I totally forgot about. I knew it was coming up in March, but it was March 1st. That is fantastic.
I'm so excited. Yeah.
So, well, guess what, Queenie? It's time.
Oh, I know. Let's spin another wheel. Oh, I mean, we're done.
But before we go, we'll go a little bit longer. Let's talk about the classes one more time.
Okay.
You are going to be teaching, and it's this Wednesday, correct?
Fourth Wednesday of every month, Doc and Queenie classes. Event pages are on Facebook and LinkedIn, and we definitely want everyone to show up live if you want, because then you can ask questions. We'll do a screen share of the Alignable platform just so we can push buttons together. In the meantime, on YouTube, Sue Brooke is a superstar. She's gorgeous. She's got purple hair. Alignable's colors are purple. Sue is a networker times a zillion, and she literally travels the globe. And she always says, hey, Alignable, I'm going to meet here. Anybody that's on Alignable gets to meet in person, but she does Alignable University on YouTube. And so I learn from her all the time, but mostly by being on Alignable, I push buttons, push buttons, push buttons. And it's the same exact system, no matter where you are. And that's one of the congruencies that we're going to talk about.
That's pretty cool. I'm excited to hear about it. Woo! So thank you everyone for joining us live or on the replay. We are here, Doc and Queenie, Facebook Live every Monday at
high noon.
You can reach out to KathyWeaverKC.com for Queenie or myself, KitchenGardenExpert.com. And of course, we're all over social media. And Queenie is on Alignable. I'm almost there. So until next time, have a fantastic week, especially here in Kansas City, now that we have some warm weather for a little bit, and hopefully it'll last. Take care, and we will catch you right back here next Monday, or I'm hoping we'll see everybody on Wednesday. So
perfect.
Thank you, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. Bye for now.
Bye, everyone.